Welcome, everybody, to Sydney, Australia, a city full of excitement, wild animals, and this weekend, the home of SLS. We are so excited to be here at the Ken Roswell Arena in Sydney, Australia, after over a decade, our first time ever being here on this beautiful continent. We're so excited about it. Sean, how you feeling?
I feel great. I love Australia. I love visiting Australia, and to be here for this event seems long overdue.
Absolutely. So we are about to kick off the Women's Select Series Final. We've got some great skaters, and only two of them are going to be moving on to the Women's Knockout Round a little bit later on this evening. So we got to find out who the skaters are.
I mean, a lot of talented individuals in this one.
Here's what's at stake. We got 6 skaters. The top 2 are going to advance to the Women's Knockout Round tonight, 7:30 p.m. local time. If you're back in the States, you're probably getting ready for bed right now.
Yeah, maybe you're too excited.
But not here.
No.
Things are heating up. We're just beginning.
We got Shane O'Neill taking photos with the crowd.
All right, this right here is our leaderboard. We've got Uemura, 14 years old, from Japan. Haylie Powell from Australia, 17. Jessica Reddy from New Zealand at 13 years old. Keet Oldenbeuving, 19 years old, from the Netherlands. Hayley Wilson, local, from Australia. And then Paige Heyn from the United States, 15 years old. We've got a much younger field of competitors here, but I'll tell you what, the level is continuously getting pushed stop after stop, and I can't wait to see what happens here. Sean, who are you excited to see?
I mean, did you see that portrait? Hayley Wilson looking amazing, looking ready to go. She's been killing it lately, just had the last part in the newest Nike video, and she has skated a lot of these events before in the past, so to have her back in her home country, it's going to be really sick.
I will agree with you. And then I got to throw it up for Keet Oldenbeuving. Kate's gotten 5th place in SLS in the past, and she's just going to skate the course a little differently. Now, unfortunately, did a little bit of a roll to the ankle earlier today. Hopefully, it's feeling okay at this point, but only time is going to tell. She's going to bring some unique tricks to the course that the other skaters aren't going to be doing. Now, this is what's at stake, though, okay? In the Select Series Finals, 2 skaters are going to move on to compete against Mariah Duran, Pamela Rosa, Yumika Oda, and Raisa Liao in the knockout round. From the knockout round, it's all about the top 3 that are going to move on into the actual final. So, those top 3 in the knockout round are going to go in and compete against Rose Sweatslot, Momiji Nishia, and our winner in Japan and local Rippa, Chloe Covell. We got a lot of skating ahead of us before we crown a winner. But before we get into it, this is how it breaks down. The basics presented by Tech Deck. We've got the line section, 2 45-second line attempts. Then we get into single tricks. It's 5 single trick attempts anywhere on the course. It's all about your top 4 scores. Now, you can take one line score, but you don't have to. So, if you mess up in the lines, it's not out of reach still.
No one's ever out of this contest until the very end.
That's correct, Sean.
That is correct. I guess you just read the basics.
That's affirmative.
Yeah.
All right, we got a great crowd here in Sydney. We got pros ready to watch. Let's meet our competitors. first skater in from Osaka, Japan, 14 years old, Uemura. Next up from Queensland, we've got 17 years old, Haylie Powell. 13 years old from Auckland, New Zealand, we've got Jessica Reddy. I've never gotten to see Jessica skate in person. I'm excited to see what she brings to the course. 19 years old from Utrecht, we got Keet Oldenbeuving. You want to do this one?
Here we go. 21 years old, Haylie Wilson from Mansfield, Australia.
You can hear that crowd getting behind her. And then at 15 from Chandler, Arizona, we've got Paige Heyn. I'm excited to see what happens, but before we do, let's head down to the third member of our team, Alex White.
Well, good day again, fellas. You know, down here on the course, I was talking to Haylie Wilson. Now, if you folks back home don't know, before there was Chloe Cavell, there was Haylie Wilson, the young phenom from Australia. And Haylie has said a couple of times that, oh, I've retired from skating contests and I just film video parts now, but I just saw her out there right now and she's ripping. So I can't wait to see what the 21-year-old veteran brings to this course of young talent. Back to you guys.
Okay. Retired from competition, 21 years old.
Retired and back, all before 21.
Booyah! That's what I want to see. She is so good.
She's one of my favorite skaters of all time.
Just recently welcome to the real team. I'm excited to see what she brings to the course. But before we do that, we've got Uemura from Japan coming in. Oh! The pants.
The kingpin and the pants. The kingpin more so.
Yeah. Always tough to come in and be the first skater. It's always a difficult position. So that feeble grind, not making it, I mean, that's an easy one to miss if you have any bit of nerves going on.
Absolutely.
But coming out swinging through the rest of this line.
I was going to say, the rest of her line is very strong, and you never know what the other competitors are going to do. So
that was cool.
It's really cool for her to stick with this run and put down some sort of score.
I really like that Wally up, Ollie down, not because it's over the top tough, but because nobody's done it or skated it like that.
Yeah, people have been avoiding that thing in the middle there, but lip slide down the rail, solid. It's a good recovery. And then this is what you're talking about. Wally up, ollie down to flat.
She looks like she's got a lot of control out there. And a 1.9 on that first line.
Okay, they're a little hard in the judging right now, so that is...
And they will be.
Yeah.
Haylie Powell in next. 50-50 down the hubba. Got the flip tricks.
Oh, just coming up short on that Smith grind.
She looked like she fully stretched it to get that Smith on there. Oh.
Waving this one off.
Going for the backside flip. I appreciate the flip tricks in there. Always risky.
Strong start. This two-piece, 50 down the hubba, crook on the bump to ledge.
And she followed it up with that kickflip as well.
Actually, Haylie has skated a lot of contests before, and she says that she's most nervous for this contest right here. Her whole family is here. It's in her home country. Despite having some experience, I think her nerves are showing a little bit in the hometown crowd.
It's always just such a tough position to be in, you know? I mean, skating in front of your home country, I mean, these skaters are young. You know, they don't have that you can have a lot of contest experience, but, and you know this better than anyone, SLS is a different animal.
It is a different animal, especially when you're at like home court advantage. Also, my whole family has only been to a couple events in my life, and it was hard.
Adds a whole different layer.
Yeah, I had my 3 older brothers yelling at me on the sidelines, land tricks.
Oh, switch flip right there from Jessica Reddy. 15 seconds left.
Are just all Australians good at switch flips?
She's from New Zealand.
Oh, she's from New Zealand. Well, that's close enough.
But the answer is yes. It's a requirement.
Yeah.
All right, making her way around the course. Talked to her a little earlier, and you could feel it. She was a little nervous about this. But coming out, skating well. Good switch flip. Like that 50-50 down the long hubba. Score to beat right now, 1.9. And a 1.6 gets her into second place.
Sometimes it's harder like 20 minutes before than right before. You just have so many thoughts in your head. This is a first look at Keet's ankle here.
I mean, feeble grind on the rail to start things off shows that it's working enough.
Yeah, she can jump, which is good.
I think it's safe to say the ankle's working. I mean, feeble grind using that back foot and then a 1-footer, it's a lot of torque on an ankle. Half cap nose 270.
And that's good for the ankle, too.
Ooh. Backside 360. Really working this whole course. Oh. This is a good example. We've seen Keet skate multiple SLS events in the past, and that's that experience shining through. Really showing how to utilize the course to get as many tricks in as possible.
And then also handling the more technical tricks as well, like that half cab no slide 270 and this back 3 over the hip. This is definitely the best line we've seen so far, so it should put her in the driver's seat.
And a 2.5 does it in the top spot right now. Great to see her coming back after the ankle roll earlier.
Here we go.
Haylie Wilson from Australia on course. Fresh out of retirement.
Oh, that kickflip is so good. She's covering a lot of ground, too.
Yeah.
No slide on the bump to ledge.
That was looking good.
Nice front 5. Let's see if she can end it strong here.
Oh, so close on the front 3.
You know,
she made her way across the course. She white a few times.
Very well. That kickflip was beautiful. The run was just got a little out of whack in the middle. She just had to wear that Vikings jersey this week. She knows they're playing against my Chiefs. But still a solid score at a 1.9. $1.9.
has her tied technically in second right now because there's no tiebreaker score. And Paige Heyn on course.
Paige is from Chandler, right?
Yep. Same town.
Yeah, you're from Chandler?
Yep, that's where I live. Honestly, plenty of time left.
A lot of time and not a lot of big scores, so.
Yeah, like don't throw in the towel.
Yeah, no, you can still get up into that second spot.
Whoa! That was unexpected.
Very.
And I really appreciate that it was switch board slide back to switch.
She just kind of got in her own head there and wasted some time, but she did land a fair amount of tricks, so we'll see what the judges do. That's a big switch board slide.
Yeah. All right, score is in 2.3. Puts Paige into second place overall, right behind Keet Oldenbeuving. Let's head down to Alex White, who's down there with some very invested spectators.
What's up, guys? I'm down here with some familiar faces. I just want to ask you guys, Haylie Leal, Pamela Rosa, what was your first street league like, and where was it?
My first street league was in Brazil, was the Super Crown that I already won. And I was too little, I was 10. And I was like so nervous because my first ever street league and was a dream. And yeah, that was that.
What was your first one like?
My first street league, the 2015 Chicago, was so happy because first never different skate park, but different person, the girls, yeah, my inspirational girls then, because I remember my Vanessa Torres, Leticia Lay, so good.
So a new generation up here right now, and you guys are watching really closely. Are you liking what you're seeing so far?
Yeah, of course. All the girls is like killing it actually. If I was me in my first street league, I was getting nervous.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, you guys know the feeling very well. We're gonna get back to the action. Thank you guys so much for joining us for a second, and we're gonna be watching from the sideline very closely.
Thanks, Alex. That was awesome. That is so much SLS experience right there. There's a lot of wins between those two skaters.
And they're talking about the former champs that they got to skate against when they were younger, and now they're the two that all these girls want to get to. It's kind of a cool passing of the torch.
Aoi on course, putting it down right now. Oh, that is such a good half cab heel flip. Like, she just has so much pop when she does it. Five seconds. Again, I think that one's cool.
Yeah, volley up, volley down. She got the feeble grind this time, locking in that heel side.
Oh.
That back foot got a little sketchy.
Score was a 1.9 on the first line. Adding the feeble grind in gets it up to a 2.1, so in third place overall, but only 0.4 differential between her and Keet. Next in, Haylie Powell. .50 down the hubby.
Ah, just missing the curve. Going in switch.
Oh, love the switch 180 attempt.
That one looked like it rattled her a little bit.
Yeah. Might be the call it.
Yeah.
I appreciate how hard she went for it there, though.
Yeah, the effort was there.
It's just tough. You know, we said it before during the men's competition, and one fall is okay. 2 falls is really difficult.
Getting some support from the champ right there.
So 1 even, she's going to stick with that first line score of a 1.4. But honestly, the difference right there is 1.1 points. I mean, that's the difference between first and sixth. Next in, Jessica Reddy. Oh! That's a way to start it off.
Oh!
What?
Nollie 180 flip. That was flipped.
Oh, getting the switch flip. Dude, she's putting it down right now.
Jessica is going in.
And the judges know doing flip tricks in any way, shape, or form is sketchy.
Yeah.
The Ollie 180 flip was no joke.
No, that one is a very easy one to miss the flick.
All right.
Flawless
Fully did
run.
it. That was great. I'm excited to see where the judges go on this one.
Drop in straight to a tray flip. So risky. Look at this. Flipped.
Landed so well, too. Bolts. Oh, yeah. Making it work.
Making it work. Almost got premoed, but
2.9. Yes. I love that the judges were just like, yeah, that's hard.
yeah.
That is not easy. So awesome. Such a young skater, too, like 13 years old. Give her a couple years, she's going to be doing that down the 9 stair.
Absolutely.
Wow. Keet Oldenbeuving shaking out that ankle right there. Now pushed down into second place by Jessica Reddy.
You said it was her front ankle, right?
You know what? I honestly don't know which ankle it was.
It's probably a good thing we can't tell.
Yes. And I mean, you can see it in this first little bit of the line. Like, she's using both ankles completely. Coming in fakie.
She's so good at that trick.
And that one. She's got such a mean backside 360. Yeah, there we go. Getting the nose slide. She's got 5 seconds. Can she get one more in? All right.
Yeah, I think that counted.
All right. So
Yeah.
getting the nose slide, adding the board slide in right there. Is that going to be enough to outdo Jessica's line?
You know, it was a lot different. That's the hard part about this, because Keet had tricks like this feeble grind down the rail. And then she also had the tech tricks like this half cab no slide 270, but she didn't have the flip tricks like Jessica had. So we'll see how they kind of compute that, but definitely a solid line, and it should be fairly close.
Yeah. That was the only thing missing from those Boost Mobile instant replays was the kickflip. And she's got the kickflip. It could be a reflection of the ankle. And a 3.2 puts Keet Oldenbeuving back in the top spot, bumping Jessica Reddy down into second. But Jessica's got a bag of tricks. I'm excited to see if she's used them or if she's going to bring the heat to singles. For now, though, Hayley Wilson back on course for line number 2.
Good tail slide on the quarter pipe. One of the best kickflips in the game.
Yes, that was so good. Honestly, that kickflip was poked out so well. There we go. I love hearing the crowd getting behind her. 15 seconds.
See if she can finish strong here.
Man, that 360 right there could have done it, but an improvement over the first line.
Yeah, Mappy. Anthony Mapstone, very good friend of Haylie. It's his 50th birthday today, so happy birthday to him. But
Happy birthday.
Haylie, smooth tail slide out of the gate. She covered a lot of ground, and then this kickflip. So sick.
That was beautiful.
And you won't see many people back big spin the hip in their runs. Three or 2.3.
All right, that's good right there. Moves
Yeah.
Hayley Wilson up into third. Next in, Paige Heyn. Got a 2.3 on her first line, and in that line, she kind of got a little lost for a minute. So if she can put it together, I'd be excited to see where she can take the score.
So is she more Chandler Park or Tempe Park?
KTR for sure. Skating with Jagger Eaton.
That would help with the contest. Wow, switch 50 down the big hubba. Kind of has those Jagger arms, huh? Oh.
That was a tough fall right there.
Yeah, that run was so good, too. Hope she's all right.
Walking off the course. Nobody likes that fall.
No.
Nope.
It's the worst one in skating. Nice feeble grind to start. Then this bump to switch 50. So sick.
Yeah, there was some really good stuff going on in that line. Score is in. It's an improvement, a 2.5. It's Paige into third place. There is Chloe Covell, our winner in Japan, defending champion, and a skater that all of the skaters in the Select Series right now are hoping to compete against tomorrow. Can they do it? We're going to find out. Let's take a look back at the look back presented by Kariyuma. Street League Skateboarding is brought to you by Boost Mobile, works in more places. By Destination New South Wales, come and feel the energy in Sydney. And by Accelerator Active Energy, the official energy drink of Street League Skateboarding. Sydney offers something different for everyone. Dynamic multicultural neighborhoods, golden beaches and national parks, exciting and innovative dining and retail, continue evolving arts and cultural offerings, an action-packed calendar of world-class events like this one, but also they've got the zoo. Kate Oldenbeuving hanging out at the zoo, who has been ripping today. Not to mention, she's the Boost Mobile best line. 3.2 on that last one. Here's another look. Starting off with that glorious feeble grind. Half cab nose 270. Showing her more technical side. And a smooth backside 360. Capping it all off with the backside board slide at the end to push her over the edge and get her up into the top spot. Let's have a look at our start list. This is the re-rack presented by Boost Mobile. So we go by scores. Hayley Powell's going to kick things off. Owie going to go next. Hayley Wilson. Look at that photo. Is so good. So hard.
That was why she was my prediction.
Paige, Heyn, Jessica Reddy coming out swinging with all the flip tricks. And then Kate Oldenbeuving.
It's been a good Australia trip for Kate so far, huh?
Absolutely.
The zoo, best line.
Kind of ripping. You are. So now we kick it off. Single tricks. I'm really excited to see what these skaters bring to the course because this is the first time I've seen a lot of them in person.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got a little taste of the line, but this is a whole different style of skating here.
Oh, look at that.
Right out of the gate.
Starting off with a very well done Smith grind for Hayley Powell. Needs a 3.0 to get into second, a 3.3 to get into first. Look at that. That's not crazy points right now.
No, and it was such a good dipped Smith grind. And we talked about tricks that are harder on the round rail than they are on the hubba, but I feel like the Smith grind is harder on the hubba than it is on the round rail.
Couldn't agree more. This is going to be interesting because what the judges do right here is drastically going to affect what kind of skating we see for the rest of it. 3.3, look at that, gets Hayley into the top spot. And it is the top two from our Select Series finals that are going to move on to the knockout round later tonight at 7:30 p.m. local time. Owie. Oh! Needs a 3.3.
That should do it.
Yep. 3.3 to get into second and a 4.8 into first.
Based on how that Smith grind was judged, front feeble is a lot harder of a trick. Dipping it perfect.
Such good style.
Very smooth. Yeah, imagine this has to dip into the fours. Yep, 4.1.
All right. Owie now in the top spot, the 6.2. Hayley Wilson coming in for attempt number 1 in the singles.
Oh.
That was lofty.
Very lofty. I was hoping to see Hayley on these hubbas and rails. Hopefully she gets there in this contest.
Paige Heyn. Oh! Putting down the front feeble.
She landed it great, but it wasn't as smooth.
No.
But still should get her into that 4 range. I liked it.
It was good.
It was cool looking.
Honestly, it was like a different front.
Yeah.
To me, that was more like Jamie Thomas style front feeble, where you're almost on the inside of the rail versus being over.
Yeah, you're on your toe instead of on flat-footed on top.
We'll just compare the Jamies. We got Jamie Foy, who's going over the top, and then you got Jamie Thomas, who's on the inside.
There's no right or wrong here.
Paige Heyn doing it proper right there. 6.5.
They definitely took off a 0.1, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jessica Reddy. I'm really excited to see the trick she brings to the course. Going for the backside flip over the hip.
Yeah, she has the technical tricks, the switch flips, the nollie frontside flips. It's just if she can get herself to get it onto these bigger obstacles.
Keet Oldenbeuving. Last skater to go in attempt 1. All right, no slide down the hubby.
Right.
Playing it safe.
Playing the game.
And saw the kickflip right there afterwards.
Yeah, the ankle is moving.
I think this right here shows Kate's experience level at skating SLS events in the past and knowing, hey, I've got that 3.2, 2 even, third place with a 5.2, but it gets a score on the board.
Exactly.
Download TrueSkate on your mobile device and enter the SLS Sydney event. For the first time, players that complete all missions in the event will unlock a virtual replica of the championship course. Play now to skate the same course as the SLS pros. Seriously, I trip out every time I watch these commercials. I'm just like, man, they got good style. Like the kickflip front crook, I'm like, oh, I wish I could do it like that. Maybe someday.
Yeah. Hey, maybe after this.
Maybe in TrueSkate. All right. Back to the top. Haylie Powell coming in for attempt number 2. All right. Up in that risk factor. Kickflip down the stairs.
And we haven't seen a flip trick down the set yet, right?
Nope.
This is the first one.
Not the 9 stair.
Not the 9. Yeah, she is getting hyped right now.
Like that energy.
That was a great kickflip, too.
It was.
It didn't fully level out, but the judges
4 even.
gave her a nice score right there.
So Haylie Powell in the top spot. 8.7. This is where we're going to see lots of movement around the leaderboard if the skaters are landing tricks. But it's not until we have 4 scores that we really know where things are going to fall. Oh. Owie. That was a great backsmith.
Spicy. Definitely had like a lot of movement going on.
I appreciate the pop that she's got. I mean, look at how high she got over the rail.
Yeah, you could tell she's skating these rails a lot easier than the other competitors.
Yeah, she looks very comfortable. And at 14 years old, it's going to be so awesome to continue to watch that confidence build. I mean, she's already doing front feebles and backsmiths. Score is in 4.3. Owie now in the top spot, 10.5. Haylie Wilson.
was close, just barely missing the flick on that.
Got Paige Heyn up next, but Jessica was on screen. There we go. Oh! Switch, 50-50, 180. I was wondering when we were going to see some of that switch skating that Paige is so good at.
Yeah, coming off that bump, definitely makes the hubba a little lower. Switch 50, switch 180 out. She did do switch 50 in her run, so that might dock it just a little bit, but this should be a pretty good score.
She stepped it up, though.
She did step
it up. She got
the
switch 180 out, and she had a good scoop. 3.3. Paige, moving up into second place. And then Jessica Reddy, currently in 5th place, looking to post a first score with single tricks. Yeah!
It's a solid backside flip.
Very solid. She's got good flick.
Yeah, you're right. That flick is really nice. Definitely pinned that to the ground and just reverted it.
And a 2.0 keeps Jessica in 5th place right now, but we've still got 3 more attempts left for her. Keet Oldenbeuving dropping in for attempt number 2. 4.7 to get in second place, and a 5.4 to get into first. Oh! And remember, the skaters are all battling for those top 2 spots to move on to the knockout round later on tonight. You have to get in the top 2. Oh! Hayley Powell coming in switch.
Just clipping that last stair.
Howie currently in the lead. Man, that backsmith was great.
Really good.
Oh! That was a mean heel flip. And
really good.
And having seen the kick flip, we know that flip tricks are scoring well. On par with the scores that she's currently got.
All right, come on, Hayley.
We want to see it. Next in, Paige Heyn, looking to get that 4th score on the board.
Just a .8.
Heartbreak there. Everything about it was looking so good.
So close.
Getting off balance.
Still in that second spot, though. Not a bad place to be.
No, but she's got a target on her back. Jessica Reddy needs a 5 to get into second place. Needs to post 2 more scores.
Oh, nollie tray.
Okay. That's really sick.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Me too. Keet looking to get that second score. Rolling in fakie.
So smooth.
That was great.
Yeah, that was stylish.
The way that came out and kind of hit her feet.
I also like how she kind of landed like she could pivot it if she needed to, but she didn't really need to. That boost mobile replay, half cab, no slide, big spin out.
That was done so well. Needs a 4.7 to get into second. 5.4 for first. Do you think that's enough for second place? 3.3. It's
Nope.
not going to be enough. Not going to be enough, but it gets her closer.
Absolutely gets her closer.
The top 2 skaters from the Select Series Finals are going to advance to the knockout round to meet Mariah Duran, Pamela Rosa, Yumika Oda, and Raisa Liao to compete for those spots to make it into the Championship Tour Finals. There's a lot of qualifying to get in there.
Heavy hitters.
That's an insane
Heavy
heat.
hitters.
We have 2 attempts left. After this attempt, we are going to re-rack the start list and give that skater who's in the lead the advantage. Oh, there we go. Switch 180.
With the look back. Still clip the last stair. I don't know if that'll do anything for scoring, but she did it smooth.
Probably a little bit down.
Yeah, let's look here. Barely clipped the last stair. I think that's what she was looking back at.
I like that look of relief.
Yeah.
.32. All right, Haylie Powell.
And that's our first 4 scores down, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that gets a look at it. 11.9, the score to chase.
Is Aoi gonna go for the heel flip? Looks like it with the setup. Oh no! That's gonna put pressure on her.
And that's a very risky trick. I feel like she could do something a little more basic. Back lip, Smith grind, something just to get into that top spot. Now she's putting a lot of pressure on herself on that last attempt.
Haylie. We want to see this.
I think if she had a Chiefs jersey, she might have landed that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Vikings. A little cursed.
Yes. All right, the switch front board for Paige Heyn.
That is such a sick one to do, especially after how the switch backboard went, to be able to get yourself to go switch front side. Really sick.
She knows, though. I mean, she is so good with the switch skating.
Perfect switch front board. The bump to the big rail that not a lot of people are skating.
4.6. Paige now in the lead. Look at that. So Paige Heyn, Haylie Powell are top 2 at the moment. But it is not over yet. All right, Jessica ready. Please do this. Oh! Both feet were on.
Respect for her skating this place differently, too.
Yep. So cool. All right, Keet has to get a score on the board right here. Needs a 3.5 to get into second. Oh, that is going to put a lot of pressure on her on the last attempt. It also puts her in a tough spot. I mean, she was sitting pretty there, being able to watch everybody, and now she's middle of the pack.
Yeah. Because we are re-racking after this, right?
Yep. Oof. One attempt left. Keet looking like she's getting some advice. All right, here's the re-rack. This is the order that we're going to be going in. It all comes down to this last attempt. So, Haylie Wilson's going to start it off. Jessica ready. And we've got Keet Oldenbeuving, Uemura, Haylie Powell, and Paige Heyn right now sitting in the top spot. But it all comes down to this. One more try.
One more try. Make it into that top 2 spot.
I don't mean to sound overly dramatic, but one more try that could literally change your entire life.
Absolutely.
That is so wild.
You can make it to the knockout round.
And then you have a chance to win.
And then you have a chance.
There you go. Look at that right now. Pamela Rosa, Bryce Leal, sitting there watching, tabulating, figuring out the scores.
I know they look relaxed, but those are 2 of the best competitors in all of skating right there.
Absolutely. All right, Haylie Wilson.
Come on, Haylie, get a 9.8.
The crowd's behind her. That was so good.
That was amazing. What a young legend.
The energy in this arena is electric. That was great.
Boosted, flicked, kickflip, fakie.
That reaction was so good.
I love how far she traveled on the quarter pipe, too.
It's like wrestling right there.
Gahaisa hyped.
I know, that's so good. Five.
I thought they should have gave her a 9.8, but 5 will do.
The stoke level is amazing.
And is that the highest scoring trick so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Jessica ready. Please. Ah!
That's such a hard trick to time up right.
Especially dropping into it, like that's a lot of speed.
That's a lot of speed.
But Jessica Reddy came out and skated so cool today. At 13 years old, she's got a bright future. All right, Keet Oldenbeuving needs a 3.5 to get into second place. She has to do this. And I mean, this is if she goes for that board slide big spin, this is a long board slide. Oh, no, so close.
That was so close.
Almost like a little too much speed.
Yeah. She's been in this scenario before, just did not work out that time, but.
Keet will not be moving on. All right. Look at this, a 1.5. That's all Aoi needs to get into second, and a 4 even to get into first. Where's she going? Is she gonna go with the heel flip? Is she changing up the strategy? She looks conflicted.
I would say change up the strategy, but we'll see. She is locked in on this heel flip.
And honestly, yes! Yeah. Playing the crowd. Oh no. Yes! get the crowd fired up, give them what they want.
She stuck with her game plan. I know it was the riskier of the tricks, but she stuck with it and it paid off. She just needed some of that crowd hype before she dropped in.
I mean, that's definitely going to do the 1.5. Is it going to be enough to get her in the top spot?
That should put her in the top spot.
Look at how well done that was.
Flipped.
Yeah, that was like a kick flip off the heel. It was awesome. I just love that she got the crowd riled.
Yeah.
We're waiting on that score. Haylie, Powell. I think the fate is sealed in a 4.7. Aoi is now in the lead.
She's locked.
Wow. That is amazing.
Oh, no, she's not locked yet.
Yeah, because
No, they
Haylie
both
Powell
can go. Yeah, they
has
both
the
have.
opportunity. She needs a 4 even to get into second and a 4.8 to get into first. Score-wise, highest score so far is the 4. That was the kickflip down the stairs. I mean, she's going to need to bring out the big guns. Oh, man.
It worked for Aoi. Let's see.
Oh, that's a 3-flip setup.
Oh!
Varial flip. A valiant effort. Love that stoke.
And now we're locked.
Now we are locked. Paige, Heyn, and Uemura are going to be moving on to the knockout round.
So a little eager to get that one over with.
Fair enough.
Yeah. This is something where Paige, I know this is her first event here, but she can do a little...
This is like some reconnaissance.
Yeah, she can do a little recon. She can see what trick scores here.
I mean, 3.4 for first. That's not going to do it.
No, it won't get first, but
at least you get an idea of what a front board's going to score.
and she did her job, got into that top 2 spots.
And at 1.5, Paige will stay in second place. But our top 2 are locked, and we will be seeing them later on this evening. Paige Heyn with a 14.4 and Uemura with a 15.2. Some great skating today. It was a cool mix-up out there in the Select Series finals. Favorite moment?
You know, my favorite moment definitely was that heel flip. That was amazing. I didn't see that coming, and she did it perfect.
Yeah, that was great. And this right here is our highest scored trick presented by Accelerator Active Energy. Haylie Wilson with that lofty and traveled kickflip to fakie. 5 even. Neck vein
Yeah.
open.
I think the celebration kicked it up a couple points.
Gotta say, 2 best skull tats in the event.
Yep.
For sure.
Definitely has that down.
So this is the knockout round right here. We got Paige Heyn, Uemura, Mariah Duran, Pamela Rosa, Yumika Oda, and Raisa Leal. This is going to be amazing. Let's take it down to the 3rd member of our team with one of the skaters who just qualified in. What's going on, Alex?
Hey guys, I'm down here with 15-year-old Paige Heyn. You just made it to the knockout round in your first SLS ever. Paige, that was kind of a battle. Can you walk me through it?
I sacked the rail for the first time. Don't know how, and it really hurt. But I'm happy I could have skated through it and am able to make it to the knockout round. I'm so excited.
Well, that's amazing. You brought some really good switch skating to this first round. Are we going to see some more of that as you move into the knockout round?
Yes, definitely a lot more.
And the course, liking it so far? What's your thoughts?
I like it. It's different than what I've usually skated, so it's cool.
Well, Paige, you are super tough, and we're super excited to see you move on into the knockout round. Back to you guys.
That answer right there, we're going to see some more switch skating? Yeah, definitely more. I'm like, yes. That's so good. What an incredible Women's Select Series final here today in Sydney. I cannot wait to see what happens in the knockout round tonight here at 7:30 p.m. local time. But before we get into that, you might want to go get yourself a beverage. Stick around. Next in, we've got the Men's Select Series Finals. What an amazing event right there. So much great skating. Lots to look forward to. We'll see you back here shortly.